Hello everyone, welcome to my stream. Today we are going to see something completely different from the previous week, and we are going to work on AmigaOS 4 to prepare my system because tomorrow I'm going to attend an Amiga event here in Ireland, and I would like to take this computer with me. And at first I thought that I might drop this stream because I would like to prepare for tomorrow, but then I had some second thoughts and said, okay, why not prepare the system on the stream with you guys. Hello Chitu, welcome to the stream. Hello Amiga Kami, how are you doing? So yeah, this stream is going to be mostly to work with this system and prepare the AmigaOS 4 for the event tomorrow. The event is not going to last for too long, it's around 5-6 hours. It's a small event, mostly for people to get together into one place and have fun. Hello Gadler. This is not my X5000 actually. This is my microAmigaOne that I have since 2005. It's almost, the hardware is 20 years old. I have it 19 years in my possession, and I have it working flawlessly and expanded a little bit to its limit. I wish I could do much more, but it is not that possible because of hardware limitations. And yeah, this is my microAmigaOne, and it's a very nice computer to have and use. Right now it's not my main AmigaOne that I'm using mostly. The X5000 is the one that I use, and I have the microAmigaOne as a secondary system to test things that I am developing, how fast they are, if I can do anything to make them faster, if they are working quite well on this system. For example, I was testing the editor that I am porting to AmigaOS 4 on this system and how fast it is working. And also I was testing some of the games that I ported to see if they are working. So today I want to, that's why this system is not so, let's say, well prepared with a lot of software in there running, and everything should work fine. You will see that we will try many things today, and most of the times they might fail. Crash, we might have crashes and reboots a lot. The good thing is that AmigaOS 4 on the microAmigaOne is able to reboot, to have the fast reboot and everything be again up and running in a few seconds. So we will have that as a good thing to try out. Cito says we see some horizontal lines on the screen. I suppose that is not the case there too, right? No, I don't have that issue here. There might be an issue because right now I'm using a 720p resolution for the AmigaOS 4. You can see that at screen mode. You see here there is it's not 1080p, and there might be some issues because of the capture card. I think that it's going to work just fine, but if there are some problems, that might be it. And also the microAmigaOne has only a VGA output. So for me to have that connected to my KVM and then to my screen and to my capture card, I use a converter from VGA to HDMI, and that doesn't work quite well sometimes, especially if I reboot. You will see that the screen is flickering, and that's because of the converter, I think. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Here you will see that I have a lot of different versions of different partitions with setups of the operating system. The microAmigaOne is one of the systems that support that had the AmigaOS 4 working since the very early versions. Actually, when I bought the microAmigaOne back in 2005, AmigaOS 4 was I think on pre-release 3, and the pre-release 4 was the one that allowed this system to work with to run the AmigaOS 4. And one of the things that I would like to do in the future, and I always have that as a project in my mind, is to have different partitions with every single release, if possible, even from pre-release 1, which is going to be a little bit, let's say, changed from my side to make it work with the microAmigaOne, and have different versions of the operating system through the years, and maybe do something like a video that has a presentation of every version of AmigaOS 4 until the final edition that we have right now, final edition update 2. So this partition here has the latest version of AmigaOS 4.1 update 6 that was before the final edition. And right now we are running the final edition update 2. C277 says that is the exact machine that got me into Amiga again, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the one that I am having on every event back in Greece after 2005. And yeah, if you have seen back then the microAmigaOne of mine, that's the one. So yeah, it has a lot of history. So I have AmigaOS 4.1 installed. Since I'm running a smaller resolution here, I had to make some changes on the icons so that they look well. And the reason for that, let me find the configuration. If you go to Workbench, you will see here I have some minimum size and maximum size set up for the desktop icon scaling. Otherwise the icons will be much bigger for this resolution, and it will take a lot of space. So the solution for that is to set a maximum size for the icons, and then have them better in your in the screen. Is it frozen? Like it's frozen for us. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it seems frozen. Let me see if I can do something about that. Yeah. It seems it is working. That was a weird problem because not only I had to shut down the OBS, but I had to reboot the machine and also remove from the OBS the capture card and add it again. And for some reason after that it worked. So yeah, that's where we are. And some people complain that AmigaOS is crashing and AmigaOS is not stable. Okay. So, what I was saying earlier before this problem occurred was that one of the biggest problems with the microAmigaOne is that the graphics card is a Radeon 7000, which is on board, and it has 32 megabytes of video memory, which is pretty limiting the potential of this hardware. And for example, right now, as soon as the system starts, I have 21 megabytes free. If I go and change the resolution to 1080p, which is working just fine on this system, you will see that the video memory, and this is visible at the top bar, drops to 13 megabytes of memory free, which means that if I open another screen for doing anything, this is going to be a problem, and the system is going to start crawling because it won't have too much memory for the video card. That's the reason why I prefer to use the 720p for this system, so to save some memory. But we can do even more to save some memory. We can change the theme, and we can remove the backdrop and do something else. For doing that, I would like to have a look on amigaLook.org and check there some kind of themes that are available for AmigaOS 4, and choose one that it's much better for me and that could save some memory, and see how it works. So if you go to themes, AmigaOS 4, there are different themes. I think the one that I'm using right now is this one, the modern theme, which adds this border with a very nice object icons. But as you can see, the borders are too thick, and the reason for that is that all this stuff were made for 1080p screens. Thank you, Chetu. Thank you for being here and staying with me. So I would like to find another theme and use that instead. I don't remember which one I would like to try out. I think maybe the dead flat. Let me open that in a new background, or the Novo Metal. For the background, for the backdrop here, this image is pretty good, but I would like to have a pattern which is much smaller and takes less memory from the system, instead of having a nice big image. So the two themes that I have seen, one of them is this one, and the other is this one. I will try this one, the Novo Metal. I think I used that in the past and it looks pretty good. So I'm going to download it in the RAM. Using the microAmigaOne, you can see how fast this computer is as well. So you can take a good sense of even not so powerful system, if it is useful for running the AmigaOS 4 or not. While we do that, let me see if I can put some music. Okay. So I extracted that theme, and this has to go with in the place where we put the themes in AmigaOS 4, which is in presets, themes. You can have them here. This folder was created by me, so this is not a standard folder. You see that there are some other folders here, and actually I see that I have Novo Metal already here, so I might be able to use it as it is. Let me resize to fit a snapshot all and try it. Okay, as you can see, it changes almost everything, and I'm going to click on save, which saves this theme as a default. I really like it, and you see that already saved 2 or 3 megabytes of memory from the graphics card, which is good, is perfect for this system. I don't know how well it looks on your screen. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now about the horizontal lines, it might be something that had to do with the capture card having those issues. Maybe. How about now? Do you see these horizontal lines? Cool. And one of the things, just a bit of redraw lines. Okay, yeah, that might happen because it might be slower for the capture card to get the image and send it. So as I said earlier, before the whole mess, I made all the icons a little bit smaller. So as you can see here in this partition, you see more spaces between the icons, so I'm going to align them a little bit and then snapshot everything. Okay, and as you can see, it's pretty fast even for the resize. And let's check more for the resize of the window. If it has a lot of gadgets like this one, you can see how fast the system is. While you resize, when you have the gadgets, when you have the window to resize with the gadgets shown, and you see that the system is pretty fast. So in my opinion, even this kind of hardware with 800 megabytes of G3, it's very nice system to use AmigaOS 4 with. It doesn't have any compositing effects enabled. Let's see if we enable that and set it up with video memory usage, to optimize it with video memory usage, and put a little bit of transparency when you when you drag the window. Let's see how it works. It seems just fine. The resizing is great, but we lost we lost almost 7 megabytes of memory, which for this system is too much. It's not like the X5000 that I have 4 gigabytes of memory in the graphics card, which is necessary. You don't care about anything, and you can have as many effects, as many windows open and whatever, you don't care. So even that you see the composite is working pretty well, the problem with the memory in the graphics card is big. So for me, I'm going to disable that. And we are back to 23 megabytes of free memory. Is the background a workbench pattern that might save some memory? Actually, the background, if we go to workbench pattern, you will see the background is a pattern here, not even an image. And you will see that again with the windows. So of course you can make it different if you want and create your own, but this theme with these borders and the small gadgets, the icons for the gadgets, are really good for this kind of resolutions. If you go to 1080p, they might be small for the eye, but for me, for this resolution, it's perfect. Size to fit and snapshot on. The only thing that I don't like about this theme is when you have the menus, it is only on pop-up only, which I prefer to be in pointer position dependent, non-blocking, like that, and save. So for me it's much better like that. Okay, so that's what we are going to do today and try to make everything much better. So what else? We have Odyssey here. You see how fast Odyssey opens from a iconification. Now you see the main dock here, it has a wrong background. That is because the composite is disabled. Okay, to make it to update it, you might need to minimize it and open again, and then it gets again the background. Okay, and let's go to a website and see the speed. If I go to AmigaNews.de, for example, the scroll speed is pretty good. If I go to amigans.net, that's the scroll speed of the browser, which is fine. Now you will have problems if you open too many tabs. Okay, so if I open a new, I opened a new tab here and go to amigalook.org, you will see it loads really fast. This website is a little bit more complicated because it uses more modern technologies for adapting with the screen resolution and all this stuff, as you can see. but the scrolling is pretty fast. And now you will see that we have 19 megabytes free. Odyssey and every browser is loading a lot of things in the video memory. That's why I want to have as much video memory free as possible for my for this operating system, for this system in general. So yeah. Now what else can we find here? As you have seen, I use here AmigaOS for listening to music, so I would like to have a look for a different skin. Yeah, this is the one that has 86 skins. We have seen that in a previous stream that I used that package when I was using the PyStorm Amiga. So for now I will leave it as it is, because I will transfer my beloved skin from the X5000, and I will show you how I do it. But the Amiga AMP that I have here is version 3.33. Let me see if there is a newer version. One way to do that is you can go to the website. There is 3.34, but also because it is AmigaOS 4, we have the update software, and we can scan for the AMI update, for updates for the operating system and other applications. Because I'm using that system for beta testing, I also have access to the beta modules here. That's why you see that here. Okay, the AMI update, it seems it doesn't understand for the new version of Amiga AMP. For some reason, it might be something that was not added in the database of AMI update. So since this is happening, I'm going to go and download the latest version here. Okay, and save it in storage, downloads, 3.34. Citu says, personally, I always prefer programs to run on their own custom screen, if possible. Would that be even better when you have lower OS resolution? Actually, when you open new screens, and let's see if I can show that to you. Let me minimize that and go to Magic User Interface and enable enable the pop-up button for Magic User Interface. So there it is, and I can move it. I can open new settings, screen, new, use. Okay, so Odyssey right now it's on its own screen, and that's what I'm doing with the X5000. But if we check right now, you will see that we have 17 megabytes free. If I move it back to the workbench as it is right now, we still have the same amount of memory in the graphics card. But when you have too many screens open, those are all in the video memory, so you are losing some megabytes there. This is something that you have to test and see how can you minimize it or not. you see that even the window size changes the amount of memory that is taken. So if you have that on Workbench, you might have it the half screen to be the browser and the rest to be the operating system. So you have more memory free if you don't need this to be full screen for some reason. What happens when you run out of video memory? Actually, it doesn't. The only thing that happens is that the system starts to write things from the video memory to the hard disk so that it preserves all the data. And what happens is you see your system crawling down a lot and it's too slow to do anything. So it is much better to have as much free memory as possible. So I downloaded the Amiga AMP. Let's see, let me install it. Okay, extract it. Actually, I will install it later so that I don't stop the music. We don't need to do it now. I would like to see what I can do with the AmiDoc. Here I am using subdocs and I would like to change it with something different. And yes, let's go to os4dport.net and search for AmiDoc. We have different things here. Autodoc, move AmiDoc to the default public screen automatically. No, it's not what I'm looking for. Clock calendar, recent doc, push for doc. This is something that I would like to check out. The CPU info docky. It will be good to have some kind of information about the CPU usage. Clock docky, CPU meter and clock. Let's check this out as well. What kind of version it is. 1.1. This one has the CPU and it has also the a clock there, so that's good. Bubble icons, no, drop icon dock, test program. I'm looking for subdoc. Is it the name of it? Dock scope. No. TuneNet docky, drop icon. Smart button docky, enhanced button docky. I think that's the one. Docky to monitor health of smart. No, this one. Yes, I think that's the one. Smart button docky is an enhanced button docky for AmiDoc suggested. Okay. Launching on programs in Workbench. Smart docky has the same features as smart button docky, except that it is used to control a subdoc. I think that's the one that I'm looking for. So let me download it. 50.8. And let's see what we can do with all this. all this should be installed anywhere you like, but I prefer to keep them inside the dockies folder of the AmigaOS 4. And I will add here a CPU clock, CPU clock folder. Okay. Let's try this one and add it here. Wow, this is too big. How about this one? Let me remove that. Remove, and then add this one. Doesn't it work? Yeah, for some reason it doesn't seem to work as I want. The small one, copy CPU clock docky somewhere on your hard disk. If you want to use the small one, you have to name it to CPU clock. Okay, that's why the documentation is always useful. So you have to rename that to big, for example, and then rename the small to just CPU clock. Clear? Total. And if I add it right now here, it works. It says that it is 19 past 7, which is not right, so I'm going to go to preferences and check my time zone. It's Ireland, advanced. Okay, cancel and go to the time here, remote, get time, which is the right one. The time server is my NAS, and my NAS has a NTP server running, so it's fine. So now the time is correct. So we can see also the CPU here, and as you can see, the CPU is pretty low. It says, I wonder, is the CPU of the machine faster than the PyStorm? It's two completely different things to compare. And the reason is, you're talking for two completely different operating systems with different features. As you can see here, we have borders, skins on the borders. We have big resolutions, 720p here, with anti-aliasing on the fonts and everything. Everything is 32-bit, right? So if you go and do the same with AmigaOS 3 and a PyStorm, we have seen that with AmiKit, and it feels much slower than the AmigaOS 4. And have in mind that this is a PowerPC running at 800 of megahertz, and the PyStorm emulates somehow the 040 and the commands that the 040 support. You can't compare them unless if you say that, okay, let's build the same thing and try to compare which one is faster. I think this is much faster, and you will see that when you open a program like Odyssey. In AmigaOS 3 we don't have such a big application, and not big because it has a few megabytes of executable, but because it is based on WebKit, it renders better the websites, it uses JavaScript, it uses CSS. It's not the same. If you open here the NetServe, the SDL version, it will be much faster than the Python or any SDL application. Han Solo says, fire up Lightwave and render the benchmark project on Python and this machine. Again, that is not so accurate because this machine has to emulate the 68K. Okay, and the emulation is not the same. I think from benchmarks that I have seen about Lightwave, Python is much faster even from an X5000. So it doesn't compare to do the same thing here. Sure, the microAmigaOne, it will be much lower than the Python on actual rendering a scene in Lightwave. And welcome, Han Solo. That's the first time you use the chat, and I'm really glad having you here speaking up. Yeah, this is the thing. Python is much faster on Lightwave rendering, and it is much faster than Vampire, than X5000, even from, I think, from G5 running with Morphos. But the thing is that Python emulates better the 040. Okay, and but here we have just a software emulation for the 68K CPU. On Python you have everything on bare metal on the a really fast CPU, which is ARM based, of the Raspberry Pi. Han Solo says, I got the X1000, the Python 32 Lite and the Vampire. I prefer without doubt the Vampire, but that's me. Yeah, that's perfect. You prefer that because of the how mature it is and how stable of all the others, because you can say that let's compare all this stuff, okay, all these computers. The X1000, you have a much better operating system running on that, in my opinion, of course, which can give you more opportunities to do stuff in this operating system, like using newer version of a browser in the future. But even now, the Odyssey is much better of a browser than whatever we have for AmigaOS 3. And even Odyssey, which is an old browser based on an old version of WebKit, is not that possible to be ported into AmigaOS 3. And that's a limitation for every hardware that support this kind of CPUs. So if you don't care about the browsers, but you care about other things like running Lightwave, for example, yeah, probably all these systems, Vampire must be much better for any AmigaOne, X1000, X5000 and everything. For the simplest thing that you can open the rendering screens in Vampire, but on the X1000 you can't do that because the Lightwave doesn't support the Picasso correctly. Han Solo says, I mean 16-bit audio, Maggie AMMX 080, its own OS. It's a moving project, getting better each week, super exciting. Rumor has it a SIG in 2 years. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for this stuff I agree with you. It is great. The thing is, where can this go? For example, with X1000 you can have 720p video playing just fine. If you add a Radeon RX on this system and the drivers that it needs, you can have 4K video working just fine on video players without issues with 60 frames per second and everything. This is something that you will never see on Python, probably, or you will never see on Vampire. Now, if Python utilizes the Raspberry Pi 5, or if in the future we have a compute module 5 and it gives so much power, and a new player is created for AmigaOS 3, you might see the 1080p, for example, videos playing just flawlessly. For Vampire, you need, for this to happen, you just need to have a new creation of Vampire with more power, more possibilities to achieve what the Python might get by just swapping the Raspberry Pi. For example, in my streams I had the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. If I change it with a Raspberry Pi 4, the difference in speed and power, it will be tremendous. When Vampire goes ASIC, we are talking a completely different speeds than the current Vampire. Time will tell. Absolutely, yeah. Time will tell, and we will see. And I am all into all this stuff, all these changes, all these upgrades, because I believe that if we have powerful hardware that gives the developers the ability to use more horsepower for their applications, they might develop more powerful software. Because if you go now and say, okay, I will create a video player that will support 1080p video, where are you going to run it? Who is going to use it actually? That's the problem. Even the developer is not going to be able to do it because of the limitations of the hardware out there. Unless if you say that, okay, my target is the emulation. So if you want to do it, yeah, that's fine. And you have to have a really powerful system to run it. So if we get more hardware capable solutions and we get rid of the limitation of the CPUs up to 68060 that are pretty slow for all this stuff, I think that the software will come after that. And of course, the developers for AmigaOS 3 in general, not only the people who develop the operating system, need to put some effort to update the development tools so that you have newer versions of GCC, maybe optimized versions that will give more possibilities for the developers. Chito says stronger machines will give us more better programs. Hopefully we all have happy times ahead. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what could happen. Now, if we get that and then we have a part of the community saying, yeah, but the Vampire is not Amiga. Oh yeah, but the only thing that I want is to play WHD load games. That will not drive the hardware and the software further. If we are happy with what we have, it's good, but we also need to look a little bit ahead. Han Solo says we need more developers. Absolutely, but to get more developers, you need also to have tools out there that will help the developers instead of making their lives a nightmare. Chutunko, welcome to the stream. We need a video core 3D driver for Python, then we can talk. Exactly. If we get that video core 3D driver, and I think that there are some people working on something for that, games like the Heretic 2 that we have seen in previous streams are going to run much faster on this system, and people are going to port more games and try to bring newer games to the AmigaOS 3 for everyone who invested on this kind of hardware to have the happiness to play these games. Even Dave Haney said he loved the Vampire and praised it as the most exciting Amiga project out there. He did not mention X1000, X5000 or Python. Says quite a lot. Yes, because in my opinion, if you love this community, if you love this kind of computers and the everything around it, the only thing that you should be is happy and praise, as you said, any solution, any hardware solution out there. Now, I don't know why Dave Haney didn't say anything for X1000, X5000 or Python. I can't tell if he dislikes them or he don't believe into them, and he only believes on Vampire. I was not present when Dave said that, so I am not sure how things were said and what happened exactly. He actually owns a Vampire V4 standalone. That's great. The thing is, not if you own that. I own 4 AmigaOnes right now. I own 3 different 1200s, and many people own a lot of hardware. The thing is what you do with that and how much you use it. You know what I mean? And as I said, I have this microAmigaOne since 2005. Is 19 years old hardware. I brought that system to many events so people could see that and decide if they like it or not. But also I'm using that until now to test my software. Okay, and beta test for the AmigaOS 4. So if something new is released, I run it on X5000, I run it on microAmigaOne, I run it on 1222, the newest release, and I see if that works or not. So it's something that I'm using a lot, and that's why I want to take it to the event tomorrow. Even recently I went and bought a memory from US that gave me 1 GB of memory on this system, which is not easy to find. It's not easy to find the specific memory module that works because the hardware is exotic. It was released 20 years ago. So that shows that I constantly use it. Not every day, but I constantly use it. I constantly take care of this system so that it works as good as possible. And that's what is the thing. Dave Haney has a Vampire V4 standalone. Since then, what did he use it? Or, okay, I have it on a shelf. That's the thing. Off-topic question, on my X1000 I get constant errors and crashes on something called DSI. What the hell is this? The DSI, if I remember correctly, it has to do with some call to memory in memory sections that the program should not have access because that is a protected memory section. Probably something you are running or is running automatically is it has some kind of problem. It's problematic software, and you have to figure out what exactly makes this happen. When you get that error, and we might see some errors like that later here, you have to check a little bit what you did at the specific time. Did you run a browser or something? Also, if you have that constantly without running too much of software, you might have some problem with your memory card. Maybe some memory SIM is broken. There are some, if you check on OS for the port, let's have a look. OS for the port. I think there is a program called memcheck, or not, memory, memtrace, I think it was called, maybe it is on, let me see if it is on Aminet. I think it was called memcheck, and you can check your memory. Not this one, because this is for 68K. Let me check again the OS for the port. Is it this mem tester maybe? Utility to test for faulty memory subsystem. Mem tester. So if you check for that, it is good to run it. Leave it some time to do all the tests and see if you have a memory problem. Chitu says I had something similar. It was a 68K programmed on startup. Yeah, it might be something like that, that goes and trashes your memory. Okay, so let's continue. I really like this kind of discussions, and thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. Actually, the reason, one of the reasons why I'm doing live streams is because it is a good opportunity to have this kind of discussion. So if you have anything in your mind that you would like to discuss, don't hesitate to share it in the chat, and yeah, why not discuss it. For me, I'm really happy that things are happening in this community, no matter what it is. If people are using it and they are happy, I love it. So let me copy that smart docky. Smart button docky. I think that's the one that I want to use. So let me move it here in dockies. And let me run again this click me, because I'm not sure what it does. It's now configured, okay. It adds an app path for the smart button docky where it is. That's what it does, okay. So if I go and get this here and put it on here, okay. The reason why I want to use that is, as you can see, it opens a subdoc, okay, but it is pretty much the same what you do with the subdocs here. The problem is that if the AmiDoc changes size, like it happened right now, you see that the subdoc is in different position. But with this smart subdoc, this opens always at the right place. So if I edit it and take this button and move it, let's say here, Okay, and save. You will see that it opens above it, and that's the reason why I want to have that. Now you can change many things on this. You can have only an icon, and if I go to, let's see, preferences, I want to go to envarc and check inside the sys what kind of icons I have. Okay, I have all these icons, and I would like to see if I have a subdoc icon. For example, I have this default players dock. You see that this has a specific design that has this arrow for the top that points to the top, and that means that it is a subdoc. And it's the same, it's pretty similar like the ones that I have here for the utilities and the internet. So what I'm going to do is select this one like that, and it uses it here. Okay, and now I want to remove the title. Great. And I have the icon, okay, but it is too big. It seems that it does. Okay, we have maximum size. Great. Now if you go to the AmiDoc, you will see that you have some configuration for icon maximum size. So if I go and put it to 64, let's say, you will see that the icons automatically got much bigger. Of course, you can use a scale factor like that and say 30% of the, I think it is of the 64, but I prefer to have that to 100 and set a specific value here. And let's say 42, 36 is pretty good, so I'm going to do the same for that. Dimension maximum size, enter maximum size for button pixel 32. Great. It seems a little, yeah, because the others were 36, right? Yeah, because that's the right one. So right now it is pretty much the same. It creates a new subdoc. Okay, so if I go to edit here, I can set that I don't want that to have a drag bar, so it will remove the drag bar. And if I add things, this is right now with, it is horizontal, I will do it vertical, like that, save, okay, and I will drag there some music players, like the Amiga. Okay, so as you can see again here it is quite big, so the only thing that I need to do is edit it. Edit. This is a subdoc here, so I can rename it to music. Default category Amiga and make it 36 size. Okay. Appearance. It has a picture transparency. Icon. This is for the drag bar, so that's why I don't see anything. Okay, I don't want this to have, where it is, I don't want to have the border, so dock is borderless, like that. And actually I will make it fully transparent, like that. So when you click it, you get all the applications on the dock. Got the error on fast file system now. Grim Reaper Guru DSI. You have fast file system used with your hard disk. Maybe it is a corrupted hard disk. That's the partition is corrupted. X1000 only stable for 2 minutes before error. Yeah, it might be a corrupted file system. What I will do is boot from the CD. If you have a CD-ROM, boot from the installation CD. Have another partition where you can copy all the files from your boot partition, format the boot partition, and then copy everything back again and try that. Maybe your partition is a little bit broken and that's the reason why this is happening. For me on X1000 I always use the SFS, which is a little bit more stable, not stable, because it also has issues and it is not maintained anymore. But at least if for some reason your hard disk, your system reboots when you write something on the hard disk, it will not break your file system. Mostly. So I was using SFS on the X1000. Here on this system I'm using Smart File System, which is the SFS on every partition. And this should be an option when you install your system, when you actually create your partitions on through the hard disk toolbox. So if you go to System, the Media toolbox, for me here it is AmigaOne IDE, Edit Partitions, and you go to, let's say, which one is this? This is DH0 to this one, select file system, and you have here the option of the SFS. I'm using a block size of 4000 because my system has, this computer has something like an SSD, let's say, and I think that the SSDs, for the SSDs, the smallest block is 4000, 4K. Some people say that this is not always the case, but that's the reason why I have a 4K. Size to fit, snapshot all. So great, we have the subdoc as I wanted that. This I will prefer to do it on every option of this, but maybe later. What I would like to do now is to install something, the AIO streams scripts that I have created, to be able to watch Twitch and YouTube videos. I have here on video, I have the Emotion, the latest version of Emotion. Version 1.9, and that is useful for streaming videos. I use it always on my X5000, and I would like to have these scripts so that I can be able to play some videos. Internet, I don't have anything here, so let's go and download them. Now the microAmigaOne is not that fast for playing videos, but I think for 360p that will be great. It may be a little bit more, we will see. And also there is a new version of the YT extractor, YouTube URL extractor, that's also a good tool to try out. 2.7. Okay, that's fine. And I need AIO streams 1.7.7. Okay, and for that also I have the latest version of AmiSSL installed, but I would like also to use the Python SSL AmiSSL for 5. This is necessary because the scripts, the AIO scripts, are using Python, and this is necessary for the Python to have access to the SSL websites. As you can see, whenever I minimize a Magic User Interface application, it goes to the AmiDoc, which is something that I wouldn't like to have. So I'm going to go to Magic User Interface, here, configurations, and there is a configuration somewhere, icon in AmiDoc, icon on Workbench. Save. So now if I minimize it, it goes to the Workbench. Great, so let's go in storage, downloads, let me go to the end, and I have Python AmiSSL and AIO streams and YouTube. Okay, everything extracted. AIO streams doesn't need any configuration, any installation. The only thing that we need is to move them to anywhere we like. Video. Okay, and also I need to install the Python SSL, and installation. It says, let me open the filer. Installation, backup the files, these files, okay, Python. This one, and we have socket underscore socket. Where is it? Underscore socket, back, rename, and select. And then copy the new files, everything in this folder. So let me see if I do drag and drop. I think that is supported. Yes. Actually it moved them, but I don't care because it is from the RAM, so I don't care about that. So we have a new select file, a new underscore socket, and the underscore SSL. .so. Okay, great. So right now, if everything works fine and I go to applications, video, AIO streams, like that. Okay, I'm using some keyboard shortcuts. If you don't know what I'm doing, please let me know and I can describe that. This window was showing all the files, so I wanted only the icons. So I clicked on the right Amiga and minus to remove the hidden files. And then with the right Amiga and the dot, it does the cleanup by column. Javier, hey, how are you doing? When you were about to join Javier earlier today, I had such a big issue with the capture card that I was so close to cancel the stream. But then, after a few minutes, I managed to make it work, and yeah, we are online. Chito says, man, you are so fast with the shortcuts, we need instant slow motion replays. Okay. No. Every shortcut is in the menu. You can see them here. You just need to memorize, and it is a muscle memory actually. So, what I need to do is to configure the AIO streams, but before that I will do the right Amiga and E, which opens that window, and do a new shell here to open a terminal in this folder. Okay, and since we are here, I will try something to see if the scripts are working. So Python YouTube -h, which is help, and it seems to work. Let's search for something. So if I do SV Amiga 1200 like that, let's see if we can get some videos, a list of videos. Okay, so what that means is that the system connected with the YouTube, the script connected with YouTube, did the search, returned some videos back. Now, what we need to do is to configure the video player, and for doing that, you have to go to the CFG Pi, and this has the FFplay already configured. I think in the header files there is also the cfgpi.examples. That's necessary only when you want to configure your setup to use specific player. So there is an example for the emotion, and what I can do is, it says vplayer updir emotion. Okay, vplayer arguments, we don't need anything, so we can remove it. Xplayer, we can put it here, nothing here. And there is also the A player. The A player is mostly for streams that have music only, audio players. The V player is for video, and the S player is for streams, for live streams and things like that. This is necessary to define it because sometimes, depending on what you are using, you need to have different players. For example, if you are using M player, this is going to work just fine by playing videos, but it is not that good with streams, live streams, and it will break. Do you like transparent menus? Yes and no. I don't have a problem with the transparent menus. I'm quite not used to them, so I set menus to original. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's right. Actually, I got these menus here, and they are transparent because the theme that I installed earlier, it uses it like that. Of course, this can be changed. Actually, the theme was using the menus only in this form, So it was, where is it? It was only in this way, and you couldn't use the top, and I changed it to use it as well. Yes, says AIO streams. Hey Daedalus, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Use it frequently like YouTube.rx. Yeah, I downloaded the latest version of YouTube.rx, and I will install that as well, because it is good to have both of the tools. Sometimes YouTube, sometimes, all the time, YouTube changes many things, and it is not that easy to have an application working all the time. For example, right now YouTube changed the videos that it provides through the API, and it only gives 360p. And I'm trying to figure out and find a solution for that. I have something in my mind, but I need some time to work with that. And this file, the vqw.py, I know the names are awful, but that means video quality weights, if it does make any sense. Actually, you can set which videos you want and in which order to be checked. For example, if the video is not available for 720p, it will go to the next resolution. But if you have some system like this one, which is not that powerful, you might never want to see something on 720p. So you change the order here and say, okay, 720p, go back, like that. Or you want to listen only to audio on any video that you select. So you might select another option. And this is Vimeo. Now we have Twitch. I'm going to move 480p and 360p at the top. Daedalus, today I'm using the microAmigaOne that I bought back in 2005, and I'm getting that prepared for tomorrow for a meeting that we have in Galway. Javier says, and YouTube low res, did you solve or fix it? No, unfortunately no, it's a work in progress, as you said. So I think it's time to test for a video, if it works. Let me stop this one and check one of these videos. Alien Commodore Amiga 1200 as featured in Fox Bones TV series. Okay, let me take this one and try to play it. Dash U, and let's see if it will play or everything will crash.
This little darling is a Commodore Amiga with a Motorola 6800 chipset using a homemade operating system. I got it from the computer exhibit on the 3rd floor. I used to have this exact computer.
Geek princess.
You saw the floppy? Oh my god.
Hey, look at that.
This is incredible.
This is like a primitive Doom.
Yeah, you don't see anything wrong with that? Doom came out in 1993. All of this stuff, the 3D rendering, the first-person shooting, barely a glint in a geek's
Daedalus, do you have that game for your 1200?
Way ahead of his time.
If this game had come out in 1987, Roger Dillon would have been a billionaire several times over.
Money is always a good motive for murder.
Okay, this video right now is 360p, and it has some stalls in the audio, right? So I wonder why and if we can make it better. But before that, I would like to check. You see that the CPU was too high. and maybe I will need to play with the configuration on eMotion to have overlay or something. I will need to have a look on that. But before that, I would like to try and play something from Twitch. AIO streams, going to the website that I have made for that, projects.net, Twitch. Let me find something. We have Amiga Live streaming, so I'm going to copy that URL. Where are you? Load image, view link, copy URL to clipboard. Okay, and try the Twitch script. That's you. Hey Amiga Gami, welcome back. As you can see, the video is playing, but the way that we are playing right now the video usually starts with a commercial break, and because that commercial is not visible to players outside Twitch, you see that screen. So in 2 seconds, it should start the Amiga Live.
Amiga Live says he.
And we have 480p resolution. Witchcraft, yeah, it's witchcraft.
Face.
And you can watch
Ringula 81 says Total Biscuit laughing.
Twitch streams on your AmigaOS 4. Of course, as I said, you see that the CPU is really high. I wonder if I need to tinker a little bit with the motion player, if there is any way to make it better. But okay, it's a G3 at 800 megahertz. It's fine, I think. Now there is a way to add to configure eyebrows to work like GUI for the AIO streams. I have showed that a few times in the past in different videos, in different streams. The only thing that you need to do is to go to configuration, and I think it has somewhere the fab menus, and let's say image link. Okay, so here I can add image link. Where is it? Image link. Not, yeah, I can add here a custom. Let's say here a custom one that says play Twitch, like that. This is a command that uses Python. This is the executable that you have to use for the script, and then you have to say, okay, well, what is the path? The path is this one. Okay, that's the path. YouTube, Twitch.py -u, and inside quotes I have to add the link URL, right? And at the end I will add one more parameter, which is shh, so that it won't output any information. And now if I go here, right click, play Twitch, it will start, if everything goes well, it will start automatically the video. If not, and I miss something, okay, let me check again. What did I do wrong? Play Twitch. Let me remove that and see any errors. Twitch.py/u, that should be fine. Okay, it executes the script. But nothing happens after that. Weird. Let me see if I have some kind of verbose. Maybe I shouldn't have the quotes. Let me check. If I remove the quotes, save. Maybe I need to, no, it works. Of course it works. Okay, so you see that it opens this window, and that's why I used the argument, the SHH argument, so that I can suppress this window. And now if I go, let me remove that. And how much memory we have? 17 megabytes. Extreme. Play Twitch. And now it plays just fine. How did you manage to build such a tool? Actually, for every tool that I am building, it's because I need it. And that's how I started working with these Python scripts. I started because I found another tool that was using Python, and I said, okay, let's see if I can convert that tool to work on AmigaOS 4. That tool was using Python 3. So it's not working for AmigaOS 4, and I thought, okay, let's try and make something similar with Python 2, 2.5, that is 2.3, that is available on which version we have. My mind's stuck right now. 2.5.6. So that's how I started working on that. And actually, one more thing that I did was I have many scripts here. Where are they? Video, AIO streams. You will see that there are a lot of different scripts for Dailymotion, for PeerTube, WASD. That's a Russian gaming platform, Vimeo, and radio. So if I go to radio, for example, and I say Python radio -h, okay, and if I search for something like station genre, okay, SG rock and SC Ireland, nothing. First let it for rock. Okay, it seems that it doesn't work right now. That was my first script that I created for listening to radio stations. Okay, this is working. So if I go with SC Ireland, no, nothing. That script used to work. I don't know why this is not giving any results for radio stations, but that was my first try to create something for radio stations, and then I created the Media Vault for music. Media Vault 1.51, which is pretty much the same thing like that script, but with a nice GUI. So if I go with let's see, does it work here? Rock. Okay, it works. Let's say in Ireland. Okay, it has United Kingdom and Ireland for some reason. And if I select Planet Rock, for example, and click play, it uses the Amiga amp to play the music. And you can set it up to use the emotion if you want, the FFmpeg or whatever you want. So that is working just fine as well. What else? If you want to develop something, I have the Light Excel. Which version is this? Is it time for a reboot? Because I see that something is wrong. Yeah, something is wrong. Nothing starts. Okay, except of this. Reboot fast. Let's have a reboot. What else should I have installed? I have a few games already installed, and I have also the Free Space and Free Space 2, which look awesome. I wonder if I should install any other games. What I would like to try is to install the open folder. Let's do that. I have the versions from GOG, and recently it was ported, the open folder, an engine that you can use to play the Canon Voyager games. Cito says the composite Boing Ball demo. What are you talking about, man? And Zod, Z game port. Zod, I had that somewhere, yes. The RTS game, right? I had that somewhere. I don't remember if I have it here. Let's see. Now you saw that it, after a reboot, it showed me this window, the terminal for the terminal, and doesn't boot inside the operating system. Something's wrong with this keyboard that since I bought it, it does the same thing on my X5000 and the microAmigaOne because it is used on both. Okay. Games. What do I have here? I'm not sure that everything is working right now because I installed them a long time ago. I have Battle Squadron. Okay, let's stop it because I'm going to play all night. I have R2RD 140, but I think it needs the CD to play. I have Breakhack, but it is a test version. Does it run? I don't remember. Let me download the latest one from OS40 pod, I think. Download it. 4.0.3 R2. Breakhack, it's a game that I ported to AmigaOS 4, and it's a great, in my opinion, roguelike game, which definitely I would like to have it. Installed, so let me do that. You see black screen only, eh? Oh my god. Sorry guys. Yeah. It's like a podcast. Yeah, why not? I hope I don't have again the same problem like earlier. Yeah, it seems that the capture card again stopped working. OS4 is too fast for the capture card. It seems so. Or because I switched to different resolutions, the capture cards nowadays don't understand these kind of things. Okay, it seems we have something. We have something. I hope I can add it here as well. Sorry for all this stuff. That's what is happening on live streams. We are live, and that's the proof. Okay. Okay, yeah. Now you can see what I'm doing. So, as I said, one of the games that I really love to play is the where is it? Break hack. Info save. That's the one that I ported some time ago. You can find it in OS4 Depot. It's a roguelike game. Okay, it doesn't play for some reason. Let me check the SDL. OpenGL default. Save. Okay. Stargus, is it a port for StarCraft? Yes, it is. If I can't make the break hack work, I'm going to give it a try for the Stargus. It is a great game. Unfortunately, the development is not continued, and some issues are not fixed. I hope that this at some point will continue, but I doubt. Okay, let me give again, let me try again the break hack. I have music. You select your character that you want. I'm going to go with a warrior. So over here you have your life shown as hearts. You have your experience points. Whenever you kill an enemy, you get your experience. And here is the map. The goal is to find the exit and move to the next stage. And in between, kill as many people, monsters you can, so you can get better, have more abilities, and have more fun. You don't hear anything, right? Sorry for that, guys. But today we are all full of problems with the OBS. And now light Tetris, please. Light Tetris. Okay, that works. Let's see something else. You talked about the Star Goose, alright? Let me see, Star Goose. So we have Stratagus and Star Goose. And I'm not sure if it works, so it might crash. Or it might... Okay, it works. Single player game. Okay, start game. Oh wow.
Orders received. Affirmative. Affirmative.
I'm not sure if things are working because I installed them maybe years ago, so I'm not quite sure how well they are working. Let me see, can I make it full screen? Options, preferences, cancel. Probably not. Not from the game, maybe from outside of the game, or when you run it, you might be able to make it full screen. But can I move it? Not like that. But I can move the window only like that. Yeah, it runs pretty well. It's not the super fast gameplay, maybe. Position stop, okay. And I think I can build something, a structure. So right now I have 19 megabytes free of memory. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this much memory. There is no option for full screen. Maybe you have to run it when you run it outside. Maybe if there is a parameter on the executable, because that is, let me close it, that is 73 bytes, and I think that should be, if I check the icon, it should use icon X. Oh no, it is a shell script. So if I go here, you see that it runs Strategos, and maybe there is a way, if I had the, is this the documentation? Let me see. Path features, header, no, install, okay, Strategos. Maybe it has a, you know, a parameter that says go full screen. This I don't see anything right here, but how you can compile it. About, so I guess this is a quite old version. Let's see, is there a version of it? 1.3 from 2010. Do we have a newer one? I doubt. Stargus. Okay, 2017. Let's see. 2.2.7. Okay, time for an update. Quit, storage, downloads. For me, it's fascinating how fast this is, how responsive this system is. Although that is more than 20 years old. Okay, install Stargus, update Stargus. I will keep it as a backup because it is working, and I do a new installation, but it said that need a CD. This is a special beta for testing purposes from Blitterwolf. Okay, this is a complete package and includes Strategos. First you will be asked where you want the Stargus drawer to reside. The Stargus files and dark icons will then be installed there. Please have your StarCraft CD ready and insert it in any drive. I don't have that, but let's try and select here and create a new folder, Stargus. Okay, and select that folder to install it, because I don't know if it is going to create a folder on its automatically or not. Okay, so right now it created its own folder, and we have, what version is this? 1.3. It's pretty much the same version. The same one, like the one that I have already. So nothing new there, I'm afraid. Because this one is 13.478 and this one is exactly the same, almost the same, yeah, almost the same. just a few bytes different, so I don't believe that this is a newer version. Let me delete it and let me rename that to Stargus again. So, okay, that's fine. Let's try and install the open folder and see if that works here. OS40 pod folder. Download it. It's version 1.8. Okay. You think that it is in the CFG file? Maybe. But have in mind that I think Vargus is another different engine. I'm not sure. Maybe Vargus was a fork of the Stargus. Do we have Vargus here? Stratagus, okay, and Vargus AI fix. Okay, that's pretty old, from 2005. Maybe someone should do a new compilation of the latest versions. Okay, open folder. It doesn't seem to have any install script, so I'm going to extract everything. This, if I'm not wrong, should work just fine even with the Amiga versions. Readme, okay. Cannot find this answer, huh? I'm not sure if it's going to work out of the box. Open folder, select campaign, Canon folder plus Amiga the one. Those are freely available, I think, versions or not. But if you want to play the full game, I think you have to have the data from the PC-DOS or the Amiga game copied inside this open folder installation. Let me see if I can have the full version installed. PC format. Is that a demo? It depends on these demos if they had music or not. Back then. Okay, exit. I have in my NAS the PC versions of the game. Now installation, please see install MD. Okay, in that page. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to see it in our browsers, but let's give it a try. Oh, here it is. Okay, OS specific Windows. The Windows version of OpenFolder that defaults to using and installing data. Okay, so we don't need that. DOS CD version. CF English DAT from the CD or the GOG install installation into data DOS CD. Okay, so I have my FTP here, and I have Canon folder 1 data. It says CF English in ENG DAT, this file, which needs to be inside. It says open folder data DOS CD, open folder data. Okay, we have DOS CD for version 1, I guess, here. Okay, and let's go to the other Canon folder data CFENG, only that. Okay, DOS2 CD. Okay, and if I'm not wrong, in this one docs there is also the manual, so I'm going to download it. I'm not sure if I will need it, but let's download it. Okay, and minimize that, close this, open folder, close that, folder. Let's see if it plays. Just copy Amiga data to Amiga drawer, if I recall correctly, or MS-DOS data to MS-DOS drawers, and so. Yeah, I don't have the Amiga versions right now. So we have Canon folder, Amiga format, PC format. Let me try that. It seems to play pretty well on this machine, so yeah, it's good. Why didn't I use this bridge? I don't know. So I think I'm pretty fine for now. Rambo mode, yes. I think I'm pretty fine for now for the system for tomorrow. I'm pretty sure people are going to go crazy about the microAmigaOne and they are going to love it that you can play Canon folder on this system. Yes, Marcus did a great port here. And it is awesome. I haven't played too much with that, but it's really good. So thanks everyone for staying with me today, because I had a lot of issues with my stream, but you remained here. Thank you for joining me, and I hope it was interesting for you, and I hope that tomorrow we are going to have a great time in Galway. Thanks Daedalus for being here. Thank you Javier, thank you Chito, and everyone in the chat, and the people we talked earlier. I hope it was an entertaining stream. There are a lot of things that I would like to do in this system to get it up to the state that I have with the X5000, but remember, this is not my main system. This is something that I have to do tests on for AmigaOS 4, but for sure it's not a system that it's not worth to use it. It is pretty snappy when you use it under AmigaOS 4. You can visit websites, you can do many things, you can have fun with it. We have seen that you can stream from YouTube, you can stream from Twitch. What else do you need? And if you run applications from the 68K times, like WordWorth or Final Writer or things like that, and you can listen to music, I don't see why a system from 2005 like that is not useful for today. Of course, if I even consider to try and run the executable of Doom 3, it's not going to work, right? Remember, this has a graphics card with 32 megabytes of RAM. It is a little bit tricky. Thanks everyone for being here. Remember, next Tuesday I'm going to have my AmigaOS 4 gaming night. My plan is to start playing Tower 57 on the X5000, and the goal is to finish it on stream, not on the next Tuesday stream, because the game is huge, so it will take a few games, a few streams. Sorry. Chito says 32 megabytes are enough for Doom logo to display. I think Quake and Doom and Quake 3 are working just fine on this system, but it remains to be proved. And I believe even Heretic 2 was working fine, the old version of the a few years ago. I haven't tested the latest one, which is something that I might need to install to have tomorrow with me. Yeah, that would be good. I need to give it a try. Daedalus, yeah, Daedalus, when are you going to have a Blitz Basic stream? Do you have any plans or something? Guys, if you love watching Amiga content on Twitch, give Daedalus a follow, because he's doing a lot of programming with Blitz Basic, and he sometimes play interesting games. Life's busy at the moment. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's it. That's true. 2 more weeks. So thanks everyone for being here. Thank you for staying even after all these problems that I had. Have a look on my coffee.com/Walkero website, which is the place where I post everything that I'm doing with Amiga, and you can find there all my previous recordings, and of course in my YouTube channel. I would like to thank my monthly supporters, who are Breed, Christopher White, Daniel Zedlika, Emek, Gabriel Falcon Sokol, Livelord, and Tim Grooms. Let's have a look if there is anyone streaming and have a raid this time, because usually I'm forgetting of doing that. Let me have a look if it is anyone available. Raid channel and give them a raid, because after all it's Friday night. Someone is playing Lotus on Amiga Live, so let's give him a raid and let's see how well he plays Lotus. Thanks again everyone for being here. See you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend and take care. Bye bye.